If you're planning to come to Australia in July intake in 2026, this video is mainly for you. Right now, students are still making the dangerous mistakes I have been telling not to make in my past videos. Wrong courses, weak GS answers, late visa filing, fake expectations from the work rights, random advice from the people, and suddenly what they face is visa delays, visa rejections, missed their intakes, money is gone, mental stress. And honestly, the most scary part is most of the students do not even realize that they are making these mistakes until it's too late for them, because online everybody sounds confident, everybody says easy hai, PR easy hai, visa lena easy hai, bas apply kar do, visa aram se aa jayega. It's not the case. The things are different actually. So the reality is Australia is becoming more selective now. I've been talking about this for in past of my videos, and Australia is not closed. That's also I've mentioned for the people. Selective and closed, there's a big difference between these two. And you know what, if you don't understand this new 2026 system, this country can actually ruin your future or your dream that you have been thinking to do in Australia. So in this video I'll be explaining you as a student, for you to know what has changed, what students are taking as misunderstandings or mistakes, I would say, how actual visa process still works, what documents actually matter, when to apply, what not to do, and what your first initial days in Australia as an international student look like. No sugarcoating, more as a brother advice and just real guidance. So let's go forward. Hey guys, hello, welcome back to the video. This is your KapsLock, and today we are back with another video. In this video, as I mentioned, I've been speaking about so many things for you, like a really big main brief video for the main July intake that's gonna be happening. So if you have anyone, make sure to share this video to someone who's thinking to come in July intake in Australia as an international student. Also, I am kind of splitting this whole video into chapters so that everyone can understand points properly like a book. Also, if you have not subscribed to my other two channels, you should. One is KapsLock, in which I sit with other students, entrepreneurs, business makers, employees, PR holders, tradie workers, etc. to know more about Australia, study, information, and so many things. Make sure to watch it and subscribe to the channel. And one is my personal life, how I am behind the screens. I'm not kind of a much serious guy, being honest. I'm more of a fun guy as well, that you can see in my vlogs. Links are in description of the both these channels. So let's go forward with this video particularly. So first, Australia changed the rules, yes, but the students are not understanding it. First thing, they should stop using, or you should stop using, this GTE language. I seriously see some people talking about, bro, GTE is ready, or mera GTE bahut strong hai. But Australia has already shifted from GTE to GS, genuine student requirements, which is more like an answers of the questions particularly. And this is why many of the students or many of the application already become weak in the eyes of DHA, because students think that GS means write emotional story, show your dreams, and talk about your passion. Actually, no, it's not true. That's important, but that's not enough anymore. The real reason, or the real things that you should be mentioning, is considered to be connected directly to the logic. Home Affairs wants logic. Your course must make sense. Your background must make sense. Your future plan must make sense. Your finances also must make sense. They matter a lot. Everything should connect properly, like in a way. But here's the thing. A visa officer is not officially directly or indirectly attached to your dream emotionally. They are seeing the files, they are assessing the files, they want the reality. And honestly, this is where some of the students mess up. They choose random courses just because somebody said that it has PR scope. But when officer looks at your file, nothing connects, just in case, then you get a refusal or you might get delayed. The officer obviously sees that is there any logic in the career progression, is there any academic logic, is there any proper explanation of the condition of the person. And suddenly if nothing comes on the line, then the whole application becomes suspicious for the officer, obviously. Not because the student is bad, or not because he's not passionate, but because the logic is not correctly given in the whole application when you're filing it. So another chapter of this book, I would say, is your friend's visa timeline is nothing to you. This part is really important because I've seen people saying my friend got visa in these many days, but I didn't. That's not things work. Stop comparing your visa with your friend's visa, seriously, because this is one of the dumbest thing that you would do as a student. My friend got visa in 12 days. My cousin got visa in 3 days. My visa would never come, or my visa would come really fast. Nah. It's totally not true. This is not how Australian visa processing system works. Now there are actually priority levels. In 2026, yes, I can. Ministerial Direction 115. I've talked about this in the earlier videos. Different provider categories, different processing, different risk levels, different countries, different document quality, different backgrounds. And when someone says online that, hey bro, visas are coming really fast, nah, please try to understand that there is their cases, right? Please try to understand that this is their particular case, but not yours, nothing related to you. And honestly, I can say that psychologically social media has damaged students in one or the other way, but about what they think how their visa processing would be going. But that's actually not true, because right now students expect, not all, some of the students expect immigration department as more like an Amazon delivery. It just happens randomly when you just book an order and it's going to be delivering in 3 or 4 business days. No, that's not how things work. Why student will say that mine or my case is taking longer? Because immigration department is not copy pasting, right? Immigration department can ask or slow things just because of one important document or one health issue or one unclear answer, one background check, one financial inconsistency. And you know what? Everything of these things that I mentioned matters to them. Now, the biggest 2026 I can see, yes, students are making these mistakes a lot. Let's talk on this. Listen carefully on this. I don't want you to do this, but this one is actually dangerous, especially for onshore students. From 1st of January 2025 onwards, for many onshore student applications, a letter of offer is not enough anymore. You need a COE, confirmation of enrollment. And honestly, students are still getting caught of this old advice. And they think I'll apply now and upload that particular document, that COE, later. This shortcut is dying. Australia is basically saying come prepared properly, and that is why I keep saying that old videos can definitely hurt students right now, because those were facts that were working at that particular time, but now things are actually changed. Policy change happens, and according to those changes we need to go forward with our applications. But you know what, old misinformation obviously keeps floating everywhere in the world, and even if it's a correct information at that particular time, but things are now changed. So that's why I always ask people to keep the channel subscribed so that they can stay up to date with the videos and with the information that's going on. So subscribe it. Okay, so what's the real correct order? Most students treat visa file like the final step. That's actually a wrong mindset. Visa filing is actually in the middle of the process. The real order should be looking like, I'll tell you. First, choose the course carefully. Second, choose your provider properly, right? Another thing is confirm your CRICOS code. Apply, get offer letter, accept offer letter after paying your fees, some amount of the fees. Arrange finances, get COE. Arrange OSHC, prepare your documents, then you can apply for your visa. And in those documents, just to tell you, English, finances, academics, everything you should be having, including the COE, or I would say the offer letter. Not emotionally, not randomly, not because everyone else is saying, not because everyone else is applying. And you know what? Timing matters more right now in the eyes of DHA. Trust me. Some universities start orientation before classes. Some campuses start earlier than students might expect. And honestly, students underestimate the timelines really badly, so that's why they suffer in the long term. And this is called risk taking, and I would say very, very, very risky for them, because once delays starts, stress starts, panic starts, desperate decisions might happen, and that is why students trap themselves. Okay, so the another chapter is your documents tell the real story. Yes, listen carefully this particular part. Your documents matter more than your words. Yes, anybody can write that I want career growth, but anybody can say I want genuine study. But does anyone able to prove? For that, documents are important. Documents expose the truth. Documents show how credible you are as a person or how reliable you are as a person. Weak applications fall apart just because they have weak documents. If someone says one thing in the story and your academics does not match that story, then you have fallen apart already. If someone says one thing and your finances say some other thing, or if your course looks something else, your whole file starts looking confused, or I would say overwhelmed with the stories that you're just making up. And this confusion or this thing actually make every scenario of any student dangerous. A strong application is not emotional, it is coherent, right? Logical, connected, clean. That's what officer wants. That's what they notice. Now another chapter, students are asking the wrong money question, right? Everyone keeps saying that how much bank balance is required. But honestly, I would say the question itself is kind of weak. Let me explain you. Because Australia is looking at the financial capacity of the international student. Yes, it's true. Not just one particular bank balance screenshot. Living cost already sits around the value of $29,710, which is technically almost $30,000 for students per year. That's the living cost of it. And tuition fees, then your travel, then your other things that you might invest in. So all depends on different students and different universities, different conditions, right? And what students think is, bas funds dikha do, let's just show the funds, everything's gonna be okay. No, the department wants a believable financial capacity of the person. And here's the thing, a fake looking bank balance statement or a fake looking sudden increase in your bank balance looks very suspicious. For example, I have particularly seen people putting up money in their accounts just 3 months ago. Do you think Department of Home Affairs, who's bringing so many people or connected to so many files, doesn't know that you're just making a fake lie? They know everything. Weak sponsor application, weak sponsor explanation looks suspicious. As I mentioned, fake money looks suspicious. Unclear source of funds, again, very, very suspicious. And this is why the random WhatsApp advice is actually dangerous. But your case is your case. So not just because someone else is using a shortcut formula that might work on you, nah, don't take the risk. But it's again your own choice. I can just tell you the facts. Another chapter, well, most of the people know, most of the students know about it, but just to tell you more, the work rights myth is actually destroying students. The reality is you can work 48 hours per fortnight and unlimited hours in the summer holidays or the holiday times. And some of the jobs might need a letter from your university when they want to give you more hours than 48 hours in the holiday times. But apart from this is what the real fact is. But reality in Australia, I have seen people, or I would say students, are thinking we can work on average number of hours. What's this average number of hours? They don't know. We can just work on cash, right? We can work unlimited hours. We can use AB and TFN all together to increase the hours, or just 60 hours, no one's gonna notice. Stop listening to these random reels or advices. Let me be really honest. Financial pressure in Australia is real. Yes, I know. I get it. I was also surviving on some little crunch of money as a student at my own times. Groceries are expensive, yes. Life is expensive, yes. And I understand why students have to work more for their money purposes. But violating visa conditions is actually not the solution of this particular scenario, because one wrong move can actually create a really bigger immigration problem later in you, and that you might not be able to win even if you have this situation right now. And that's what I believe, that students do not think for the longer term. They just panic financially at the current state, and they have to, or sometimes they intentionally take these steps just because someone else said. And this is the dangerous part. Now, another chapter, Australia is not your shortcut to PR. Being honest, this one will hurt so many people, but it's my job to tell you the truth. A lot of the students still choose courses only because somebody said it. Can be your agent, it can be your relative, it can be your cousin, that easy PR, blah blah blah, or any particular YouTuber, maybe me. But I always said in my videos, try to research by yourself, use your own brain, get proper guidance, get proper help. The mindset can destroy your life, trust me. Because Australia wants skilled people, I have posted a recent video, especially the budget. In the budget video, I have posted what kind of things they are looking forward in the next upcoming years. And also I have posted 2 videos, the correct bachelor degrees you should do if you think for PR, or the correct master's degree you can do in 2026 if you're thinking to get PR ASAP. Look those videos. I'm trying to help you, and those, especially the master's videos, I have mentioned some of the degrees that you might even not know about that can get you PR and a good salary package in the future. Look at those videos. Anyway, so coming back, not just random applications chasing shortcuts. 485 visas, right? Post-study pathway exists, regional benefits exist, but none of this automatically considered as a PR. And honestly, old videos again created unrealistic expectations, or they might create generally, even if they're my videos. Student might think that bas Australia pahunch jaun, PR meri यूं ही हो जाएगी. Reality is different. Competition is harder. Migration is becoming more selective. And if your course, skills, work experience, English, or planning are weak, PR become much narrow lane for you, or gets much harder for you. And this is why I always say course selection matters a lot right now. So watch those videos. They're going to help. They're going to be helping you, not emotionally, strategically, logically. So another chapter, your first week in Australia can make you or break you. Yes, it's true. How? Let's talk about this reality after you have landed here. Most students obsess over visas but completely ignore their survival. And honestly, the few first days in Australia as a student hit many students emotionally very bad. New country, no family, different system, different transport, different people, hanging stress, housing stress, money pressure, loneliness, everything hits together, and that hurts so bad. And students underestimates this particular scenario, that this would never happen, and that's bad. So before flying, what you can do is always keep your documents ready, check your accommodation, obviously get some savings in your account, don't waste this money, get your SIM card quickly, know your first night plan, apply TFN, attend orientation, and please do not just land in Australia thinking that I will figure out when I will land there. No, I have made a whole playlist. I'm gonna be posting more on that soon to fill it, because that playlist is student starter pack. When you land as a student, you need to know all this information. If you want more videos on those particular topics, I have the whole playlist. Do the comments, fill up the comment section. I'll make every step video, but in the initial, how you can at least go to your accommodation, I have made the videos till then, so go and watch that playlist. It's gonna help you as a student if you're coming. And last, the biggest mistake students keep repeating is, if I'll be really brutally honest, applying too late, weak GS answers, random course choices, blindly trusting agents or some relatives, listening to reels over the difficult real facts or the rules, wrong English test format, weak financial planning, no accommodation planning, breaking work conditions, and comparing your case with everyone else. And you can obviously see as a student, most of the mistakes are really avoidable, but that's the frustrating part, because they don't do. They keep on indulging themselves in these particular mistakes. Conclusion: this country actually rewards prepared students. Yes, that's the reality. Australia is really selective. Australia is still a great opportunity for students. Australia is not a good opportunity for careless people or careless students. So I want you to learn from this video and try to solve these issues if you are making any of them. So this is KapsLock signing off. I hope you understood these particular points. If I made a mistake, let me know in the comment section. I'll work on it. And if you get any information, like this video, share this video to someone who's thinking to come into Australia, maybe in this July or in the next November or maybe February intake 2027. Like this video, share this video, then subscribe to this channel and those other two channels, because you need those information and some fun time as well in the vlogging channel. This is KapsLock signing off. Follow me on other pages, links are in the description, and join my Telegram group if you want free guidance. Not from me, from 5,000 more international students who are already in the group. You can make friends. It's all free. This is KapsLock signing off. Bye.